It's Benzinga, bringing Wall Street to Main Street.
At least 14 countries will face steep U.S. import tariffs starting August 1st after President Trump shared signed letters dictating new rates on True Social. Tariffs range from 25% to 40% depending on the country. CNBC reported letters say rates may be adjusted depending on our relationship with your country. Letters warn that goods rerouted through other countries to avoid tariffs will still be charged the full tariff rate. Trump signed an executive order Monday delaying the tariff deadline to August 1st, citing new information and advice from senior officials. Gold prices recovered from earlier losses on Monday after President Trump announced 25% tariffs on imports from Japan and South Korea starting August 1st, according to Reuters. Move prompted interest in safe haven assets despite a strong U.S. dollar. Spot gold ended down just 0.1% after an initial 1% slide. Dollar index rose 0.4%, making gold more expensive for holders of other currencies. Major U.S. stock indexes dipped following the tariff news. Analysts noted ongoing safe haven buying by central banks, including China's 8th consecutive month of gold purchases in June. Bank of America expects this trend to continue as central banks seek to reduce reliance on the dollar and hedge against volatility. Palantir technology stock has climbed 79% year to date and surged over 385% in the past 12 months, according to Benzinga. Software companies' gains have far outpaced the S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100's gains. Stock is rising on strong earnings, expanding government contracts, and bullish analyst sentiment. First quarter revenue rose 39% to $883.86 million, beating estimates. Palantir's customer count rose 39% year over year and 8% from the previous quarter. During the quarter, it closed 139 deals worth over $1 million and 51 deals worth at least $5 million. Wedbush's Dan Ives calls Palantir the Messi of AI and sees a $1 trillion valuation as possible. Privacy concerns linger over Palantir's alleged role in data sharing with immigration authorities. Shares rose 1.62% to $136.53 Monday. Pony.ai and Dubai's Roads and Transport Authority held a robo-taxi unveiling ceremony in Dubai to formalize their partnership in advancing L4 autonomous vehicle deployment. Initial supervised trials are set to begin in late 2025, with fully driverless service planned later in the decade, according to Benzinga. Companies expanded globally by securing robo-taxi permits in the U.S., China, South Korea, and Luxembourg. The company went public on the NASDAQ in November 2024, raising $413 million. It aims to launch service by mid-2025 with 700 vehicles by year-end. Pony.ai also partnered with Uber to expand robotaxi operations in the Middle East. Shares are down over 15% year to date amid regulatory challenges and U.S.-China tensions. Circle Internet Group shares climbed over 7% Monday, extending a rally of over 85% in the past month, according to Benzinga. The issuer of the USDC stablecoin launched its IPO in June at $31 per share, opened at $69 on the NYSE, and has maintained strong trading momentum since. The offering raised about $1.1 billion from the sale of 34 million shares. Underwriters granted a 30-day option to buy 5.1 million more. Gains continued after the company partnered with Fiserv to develop stablecoin-based payment tools, and as the Senate has passed the Genius Act supporting stablecoin innovation. Analysts from Needham, Canaccord Genuity, and Barclays have issued price targets above $200, boosting investor sentiment. Circle stock has rallied over 85% during the past month of trading, outperforming the S&P 500's 6.25% gain during the same period. BOG surged 58% in the past week, outpacing Dogecoin and Shiba Inu as its ecosystem gains momentum and community sentiment strengthens, according to Benzinga. Analysts cite its growing market influence, including a 40% share for BOG Launchpad and increasing mentions on crypto Twitter, where BOG appears in 3% of conversations. BOG owns 13.48% of crypto mindshare, surpassing Ethereum and ranking third behind Bitcoin and Solana. According to Messari, BOG-related tokens are also rallying, and traders highlight BOG funds' use of fees to buy and burn BOG as a bullish signal. With a fully diluted valuation near $2 billion, some see an upside potential to $4 billion. Scarlett Johansson has officially become the highest-grossing lead actor at the global box office, according to The Wrap. She surpassed Marvel co-stars Samuel L. Jackson and Robert Downey Jr. due to the success of Jurassic World Rebirth. The film earned $318 million worldwide in its first 6 days, second highest debut of 2025 behind China's Ni Za 2. According to the numbers, Johansson now holds a career box office gross of $14.8 billion in lead or lead ensemble roles. Over $8.7 billion of that total stems from her appearances as Natasha Romanoff in Marvel's Avenger films. Top 5 also include Jackson, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Pratt, and Tom Hanks, the only one not linked to Marvel. Downey Jr. may reclaim the top spot in 2026 when Avengers Doomsday releases, but Johansson has said her MCU tenure is over. F1 the movie has become Apple's highest grossing theatrical release, surpassing $293 million at the global box office, according to CNBC. Apple's limited history of theatrical releases includes titles like The Killers of the Flower Moon, Argyle, and Fly Me to the Moon. Analysts see F1 as a key case study in how streamers can create big screen hits while leveraging their tech ecosystems. Production and marketing costs are estimated between $300 million and $400 million, with Apple and Warner Brothers splitting proceeds. Apple's $3 trillion valuation and diversified revenue streams allow it to absorb risk traditional studios cannot. Trump Media and Technology Group launched its global streaming platform Truth Plus on Monday, featuring Newsmax as its flagship cable channel, according to Reuters. The rollout expands Trump Media's reach beyond its Truth Social platform and provides conservative news outlet Newsmax, which went public in March, with international distribution. Truth Plus is available on iOS, Android, web, and major connected TV platforms, including Apple TV, Android TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV. The company began beta testing in late June and will continue collecting user feedback. Shares of Trump Media rose 0.6%, while Newsmax fell 2.6%. U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is pressuring food companies to phase out synthetic dyes as part of his Make America Healthy Again campaign, according to the New York Times. Major brands including Nestle, Kraft Heinz, General Mills, ConAgra, and PepsiCo have pledged to remove petroleum-based dyes by 2026, with full compliance expected by the end of 2027. Synthetic dyes are commonly found in products like Jell-O, Kool-Aid, and Lucky Charms. They've been linked to behavioral issues in children. The National Confectioners Association said the candy industry needs more time and alternatives to replace synthetic dyes. Warning natural colors could raise prices. January 2025, the FDA announced a ban on red dye number 3, citing links to cancer and animal studies. The dye, commonly found in foods for young children, will be prohibited starting January 5th, 2027. China's rare earth export restrictions caused a 75% drop in magnet exports over 2 months and forced automakers worldwide to halt production, Reuters reported. Beijing imposed the restrictions in April in retaliation for U.S. tariffs. The move backfired on Chinese magnet producers, already struggling with weak domestic demand and economic slowdown. Beijing and Washington announced a deal in June to restore supply chains, but experts say implementation will take time, and damage to producers is already extensive. Small and medium-sized magnet makers cut production by 15% in April and May, and share prices slumped before rebounding without clear fundamentals. Analysts expect further industry consolidation, especially as companies deal with customized products that can't be easily resold domestically and rising inventory levels. The Social Security Administration is under scrutiny after issuing an email and press release that experts say inaccurately described a new tax package, according to CNBC. Tax experts say the new $6,000 senior deduction does not eliminate federal income taxes on Social Security benefits for nearly 90% of recipients as claimed. The deduction may reduce tax liability for some middle-income seniors, not eliminate it, experts say. Critics warn that the messaging misleads the public and masks potential harm to the Social Security program. Analysts estimate that changes could cost Social Security $30 billion annually and push the retirement trust fund's insolvency date to late 2032. Social Security Administration did not respond to CNBC's inquiries, and the White House directed questions back to the agency. Oracle shares dipped 1.5% Monday after the company announced a broad pricing deal with the U.S. government aimed at reducing federal IT costs, according to Investopedia. Under the agreement, Oracle will offer up to 75% license-based technology and substantial discounts on cloud and AI services through November 2025. The deal is part of the GSA's OneGov program and consolidates agency tech needs to unlock deeper savings and modernize infrastructure at scale. Oracle CEO Safra Catz said AI-powered tools on Oracle Cloud will help agencies save taxpayer dollars while expanding capabilities. GSA Chief Stephen Elkian called it a landmark agreement. Shares remain up about 40% year to date. Tesla shares dropped nearly 7% Monday, racing over $68 billion in market value after CEO Elon Musk announced the formation of the America Party, according to CNBC. Musk said the new party would aim to influence key Senate and House races enough to sway legislation to serve the true will of the people. Musk's political involvement with the Department of Government Efficiency has raised investor concerns about potential damage to Tesla's brand. Wedbush analyst Dan Ives warned Musk's political ambitions are exactly the opposite direction Tesla needs now. Tesla is facing challenges beyond politics, including a 14% year-over-year drop in second quarter deliveries and growing competition in China. Tesla shares dropped 7.5% Monday after CEO Elon Musk announced plans to launch a new U.S. political party, according to Reuters. The announcement intensified concerns over his focus on the company. The move followed a public clash with President Trump over tax and spending policy, fueling investor unease. Traders holding short positions in Tesla stand to gain approximately $1.4 billion in paper profits at a share price of $296, according to Ortex. Tesla stock has fallen more than 21% year to date. On June 5th, short sellers earned over $4 billion when the Musk-Trump feud triggered Tesla's steepest single-day drop in value. Amazon is expanding its annual Prime Day sales to 4 days for the first time, beginning early Tuesday morning and ending early Friday, according to AP. The move comes as Amazon seeks to maintain consumer interest in the event, competing with Walmart, Target, and Best Buy, all offering rival July promotions. Gen Z Prime members will receive 5% cash back and discounted memberships. Analysts predict $23.8 billion in U.S. online sales during the 4-day window, a 28.4% jump over last year. And Adobe Digital Insights analyst expects retail discounts this week to match last year's levels, while a Salesforce analyst noted a trend toward more targeted promotions. Amazon Prime and other July sales have traditionally spurred early back-to-school and seasonal shopping. Analysts expect consumers to buy now to avoid potential price hikes from upcoming tariffs.
For all things money, visit Benzinga.com.